Hi there. Welcome to another episode of your tune-up tonic to having a swell time on just the viewing channels on YouTube or wherever it is that you're watching this one from. This is the Black Table, and of course on the Black Table, this is what we do. We talk about issues and then we profile solution. I will tell you, this is the only program to talk about issues and at the same time profile solution. Yes, it is called the Black Table. I'm your host. My name is Teddy Esosa Del Mama, or better still known as Teddy the Fresh Prince. Or like Mama will always insist, you can call me Esosa. I am same person, black to the bone. I always say this. Ain't no other race I'd rather be. Proud Nigerian and a proud African. Welcome to the program. On today's edition of the program, yes, the issue at hand is relationship. Yes. What are some of the hard conversations those in relationship should have? And that's what we'll be discussing on the Black Table today. Of course, I'm not always alone. I have a special guest. And of course, she's a therapist and of course, a coach. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, mamas and papas at home watching right now, please make welcome one of Africa's finest coach and of course, a therapist. I call her Peperimpe. The one and only Lara Kudaisi Domoma. How you doing?
I'm good, Mr. Domoma.
Or should I say Mrs. Domoma?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, now, talking about conversation people in relationship should talk about. And I call it hard conversations.
Yeah.
What do you have to say about this?
Well, I think that people don't like to have hard conversations. Couples especially, because they are trying to avoid fights, they're trying to avoid arguments. Maybe somebody will not be receptive and all of that. And I feel the sooner you have those hard conversations, the better your relationships would be. Or else it can be likened, if you sweep those things under the carpet, it can be likened to, people postponing the evil day. You're postponing the evil day. You want everything to be smooth, to be cool, because you don't want problems, you don't want troubles. So you avoid having those difficult conversations. But having those conversations will help you guys get to know each other more, let you understand gray areas of both of you. When people are crossing their boundaries, hurting the other party. It's very, very keen.
Very, 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 very keen. And that's why we are going to be talking about this hard conversation. So if you're out there watching right now, I want you to just sit back, relax. Maybe go get yourself a cup of coffee or a bottle of wine or something just to chill. And, say it's not Netflix and chill now. This is Black Table and chill. All right, now, so let's break it down. I like the way you said something like sweeping it under the carpet, and of course, when you remove the carpet, what happens?
All the dirt.
It's still there. And they're like, there's something here. So we better talk about it. We better sweep it. So now let's break it. What are these hard conversations? Let's break it. What are these hard conversations you think people in relationship, now especially couples, we're looking at couples today, okay? We're looking at couples, but I am giving out a broad, a broader view of it, like relationship, your people in the office, those you talk to, relationship generally, but on this program today, we're looking at couples. So
are we talking about couples?
Let's talk about couples today.
Dating or married?
Couples.
Both.
I mean, conversations that those in relationship, maybe they're already married or maybe they want to get married. Conversations that they should be talking about. So you want to break it down. So what are these conversations?
People should learn to talk about money.
Okay, so.
Money is a very, very, very.
Oh, whoa.
It's a very important aspect.
Why do you say money?
Because the lack of money and the abundance of money could cause issues. Money is what you need every day to run your life.
Okay, you say money. Now, break it down. I want you to really break it down is it that the woman should know the salary of the
Yes.
or the man should know the salary?
Both parties, yes.
So break it down. Just break
Both
it down.
parties
When you say
need to
money,
learn. So
when you say money.
firstly,
Yeah.
how much do you make? How much is coming in for
Okay.
you as a husband?
Okay.
And as a wife or a boyfriend, girlfriend, how much, if you're serious in
So
getting married.
you meet a lady now, or you meet a guy. Okay, one of the questions the lady should ask: hey, how much?
Not
do you-
when you just meet. Calm down now. Be calming down. We're talking about people that are married
Okay.
or are planning to get married.
Okay, so when should this money issue come up?
In fact, you should start before you get married. That's
Okay.
the most. That's the honest truth.
So
If you are
it's so
planning to get married to
Okay.
this person,
okay.
you get before you get married, you need to know how much comes in for you. What do you do? Do you have other sources of income? How many sources of income do you have? Then how much are you willing to contribute into this relationship or marriage? How many sources of income? And I should be able to give you
So
that.
when
too.
you say how much, is this not becoming a transactional relationship?
No, it's just that we are trying to declare our assets and our liabilities. That's what
All
we're
right,
trying to do.
declaring your asset and liability in the relationship is very important.
Because this is the reason why a lot of people have breakups
Okay.
in relationships and divorces in marriages, because people don't have these kind of conversations. Maybe husband and wife, they didn't talk about money, and then maybe the man is the only one providing. Maybe the woman just believes that a man should provide everything. She has an impression of what her husband or man earns, and then they get into the marriage, the man gets tired.
He's the man.
He's the man, he should do everything.
Okay.
You get what I mean? And this doesn't mean that people who are unequally yoked financially cannot be together.
Okay.
It just means that we need to know how much you are bringing in for now.
Okay.
And then what are your plans?
Okay.
For instance, a woman who has more money at that particular time, because time shifts, time
Okay.
changes, time change. A woman that has more money at that particular time, can take more responsibilities for the time being. But they need to talk about it. What is the plan of the man?
Okay.
Then even now, how much is it? Is the woman going to take 100%? I don't advise that. No woman should do that. Don't take 100% responsibility. No man should even take 100% responsibility either. It should be, if we call it partnership, both of us should contribute.
It should be something that each partner is actually contributing. Into the
So
cost.
if the woman has more money at that particular time, how much is she contributing? Then how much is the man contributing? Then what is the plan?
Okay.
There has to be a plan.
Okay.
How long is it going to last for me contributing 60 or 80%?
Money.
You understand?
Oh,
Money is important.
kudi.
If you don't
Oh,
talk about these things, it's going to cause problem. And then another thing is that sometimes it's easier said before you get married or at the beginning of the marriage. And then when you enter, you begin to realize that maybe this person is not fulfilling their promise, and then because somebody does not want to ruffle any feathers, especially the woman doesn't want to talk too much to the man, because I don't want it to feel as if it's because I have more money. I don't want, please say it, but say it in a tactful way. Employ tact. But if you don't have that conversation, resentment will set in. Fight will set in. Before you know it, sex will suffer. Intimacy will suffer. A lot of things will suffer. That's why you see wives resenting their husbands. They are not giving sex. And the man is wondering, what's going on? What have I done? I'm tired, my head is... And she cannot outrightly come out to him.
It's okay.
You understand? In fact,
But why won't she be able to come out to...
Oh, you don't even know. What if the man is the lion of the tribe of... And say, what do you mean? Is it because you have more money? And my friend, keep quiet. How much are you earning before now? Me, if you knew me when I was...
So when that kind of thing comes, so what do you think should happen?
Firstly, the woman should, or anyone that is having that conversation or initiating that conversation should, I said it, employ tact.
Tact, okay.
But even if the person is remorseful or doesn't want to have that conversation, there should be consequences. People don't set boundaries in marriages or consequences for a failed action and behavior, which is why the other party can take you for granted easily.
Now, we've just talked about money. So
Yes.
money issue is very, very important. So if you are actually going into a relationship, be prepared. that you should be talking about money. And of course, also, if you're already in a relationship and you guys are not talking about money, you always start talking about money. But because, like they say, obe to do, olopa. So if the soup is not doing, maybe the owo is not buying anything. You understand what I'm saying? So we talk about money issues. So now, what other issue do you think people had conversation? Because really, this is hard.
Yes.
You know, because the guy is getting a relationship and you're like,
people,
hey, so this woman will not know how much I'm collecting. You know, that's really hard. But y'all should talk about it since you guys are then becoming one. All right, now, so what other issue do you think, couples
I think people need
should
to
talk
talk
about?
about sex. It's very, very key. Whether you did not have sex before you got married, you need to talk about it. Even if you're not having it, the regularity of it. You understand? You know, how many times are we going to be having it? What kind of sexual appetite do you think you have if you've done it before? And then if you are married, talk about it.
Okay, wait now. You know, this is very, it's like divided.
Yeah.
There are some set of people who will say sex, that should be after marriage.
Yes. For some people who have that belief system that premarital sex is wrong, if that is you, it's okay. It's fine, you are good. But you need to have the conversations if you're about to get married. You know, so people, because we are Africans, we've not been, we've been raised to think, oh, it's dirty, no, don't do it.
And you know the funniest thing? This is where everyone comes from.
Oh my.
Through the acts.
Tell them.
Through the acts. You listening and watching me right now came into existence. You actually were the winner. You won during that act. All right, so we should talk about how you won.
So people need to talk. Firstly, let me start with people that are married. Okay. If you're married, or in a sexual relationship, because some people are in a sexual relationship and they're not married, and you're not satisfied, you should be able to have those type of conversations. You should be able to tell your partner, I'm not feeling it enough. I want to be, I want more styles. I like it when you hang your leg. I like it when your head looks like this. You get those conversations. Why are you looking at me like that? Are you already getting shy on me?
No. When you say, I like the way you should discuss about hanging your leg up and down and all those stuff like that.
Those are the things that people need to talk about.
I can imagine, I can imagine the hits, trying to say that because you saying this right now. I'm
feeling heat.
I'm like, okay, so we should talk about it.
Yeah,
talk about it.
This, money, sex, very important in everybody's lives. You understand? So if people are not getting enough of it, that's why you say married woman angry everywhere, a man angry because they are denying him or he's not having it enough. So if you're not having this thing properly, you need to talk about it. Or you are too fast. I like it slower. I like it faster. I like it how many times, in a week or in a day.
Okay. No, I'm enjoying you. I'm enjoying it. Yeah.
Or I'm not feeling it. Or you understand, maybe you have some hygienic. I have some people who told me, like someone told me that, my husband just wants to come from the gym streets and just, grab me and, she recoils because she doesn't like too much sweat. You get what I mean? So those are the things to talk about, And the man may think that, that's killing spontaneity. If you tell me to go and have my bath, look fresh, you understand, it's killing.
So that's why they should talk about it. Because if the man is that kind of person who doesn't like, he wants to do it in a and then the lady is someone, so they might just reach compromise. Yes. So you see, that's the reason why you should talk about it.
Yes.
All right. So someone is not angry for nothing.
Yes.
Or someone is just, it's okay, he doesn't like it this way, then the person now goes out and now says, okay, since my wife or my husband doesn't like it this way, let me try
someone
it
else who is
talk
willing
about it.
to listen and do something about it.
All right, talk about it. So that's so sex. I like that. So sex. Yeah. So what other hard conversations do you think those in relationships should actually talk about?
I think also people need to talk about level of growth and development. Growth and development. because I realized that people don't talk about these things. What do we count as growth? How,
Yeah, I wanted to ask, so when you say level of growth and development, so how do you
in our careers, in our businesses, you get what I mean? You know, are you growing? Am I growing alone and then I'm leaving you behind? Or are you growing and you're leaving me behind? All those things are very important because that's how people drift apart.
So work life and their balance.
Yes, you know, so is it your business? So let us be accountability partners to each other as husband and wife, you know, as couples. I should be able to tell you that I don't think you're making enough money from this business. I don't think you should continue it. You've been doing it for the past 4 years and nothing is coming out, babe. I think you should try something else. And, you know, I should be able to say that without fear that, the man may think, is it that you don't believe
or
in me?
The woman
or the woman may think, is it that you don't believe in me? You get what I mean? Because that can, you know, eat deep. You know, some men, for instance, they can't tell their wives that, you know, I've given you a lot of money over the years for your business, but there's no return.
No return, yeah.
There's no returns. You are not doing this business professionally. You're not doing it properly. They can't say it's because the woman will scatter everywhere. What do you know? You think it's easy? You start giving excuses, you know. Those are the things that, you know, we need to talk about. Very, very important.
Very, very important.
Yeah.
Very, very important. All right, so what other issue? Yes, we've talked about money, we've talked about sex, we've talked about work-life and balance, growth. So what else do you think people should talk about?
I think people need to also talk about relationships with other people.
Okay.
You know, all these I'm hearing a lot of things recently. Like
okay, I like this very one.
Yeah.
You know, because there was particular. I think there was this particular couple who says now they are married. The wife is angry that he is still friends with some ladies who were actually very close to him in the past. And like, no. So once you're married,
you need to cut off relationships.
So what would you say about that?
About this thing
Yeah.
Well, I think that you don't need to cut off from your old friends, except their friendship is going to affect your marriage. Meaning that it means that what you people were doing was immoral before, or you guys didn't have boundaries. Okay. So I feel that you can set new boundaries for your marriage, or when you get married, for your friends when you get married, because I don't think you should abandon people. Husband and wife, you can be each other's best friends, it's okay, but at the same time you need other people. That's how to have a healthy life. You cannot just be with your husband every day, be with your wife alone every day. It's not realistic, it's unhealthy.
There's a particular video I saw, and this video is of a man who, you know, he's now married to this lady, and this lady now met one of her old friend, and then there's this way they used to play, and then they started playing it in the front of the man, and the man got angry and punched the other one.
Are you serious?
Yeah, it was like, hey, come on, and then hug themselves and all these things. So the man was like, you're married now. So he took the other guy and now punched the guy.
And then fight started.
Serious fight started.
So
and then the wife was like, baby, why you... I'm married to you, man. This is my old friend. That's how we play. You should have... So what do you want to say about that?
So I think those are the things to have talked about before, you know. And it's very important when you are choosing each other. Can I handle this play game? You understand? This play man that plays with the whole world, the whole wide world. Those are the things to consider. But peradventure, both of you are even choosing each other. It's not too late. Those are the things to talk about. I want you to create boundaries. Yeah, maybe this is how you used to greet him in the past. I'm no longer comfortable with that. You understand? And I think that should be okay. You shouldn't, I don't think the husband should say it, or the wife should say it in a way that would cause drama or a big deal. But also, the other party you should respect your partner. You know, when a friendship is causing issues between your husband, you and your partner, there's a problem. There shouldn't be anything like that. You should make sure your marriage or relationship is above any other relationship. And I mean any, including your children, including your relationship with your children. Any other relationship, your partner, your marriage should be above any other relationship. So we can define boundaries, you know, but all these things that I'm now hearing, that husband has bestie, that is different from his wife. Wife has all those ones. I'm not part of it. I don't understand.
But that's the reason why people should actually discuss stuff like this. Because
don't be afraid.
Because
have this conversation.
you sit the lady down. Come, you're my best friend. You're my best. But I have this person that I talk to who's not a guy but also a lady. What do you think? So they should talk about this. So when there's a certain set of people who will now see this man talking to this lady, they're like, hey, sweetheart, come and see, your husband is cheating on you. But you already know that since you guys have already discussed it.
Yeah.
Oh no.
And you know the person.
You know the person. Yes.
You should know the person.
So there's no problem at all. So if somebody is coming to a ballroom for you, you're just like, okay, ballroom, song.
Yeah.
I got it right?
Yes, you did.
You are teaching me. I mean, you're
learning.
I'm learning now.
I'm proud of you. You're learning.
All right, now, so we've talked about money, sex, growth, development, and of course, now, what other thing do you think we should actually talk about?
Lifestyle. Our lifestyle. You understand? Maybe somebody has changed. Somebody has evolved. Because these things happen. We started one way, but then something has happened. Somebody has new friends, he's changed his life. Somebody that didn't used to spend a lot of money before, now spends more money, stays late outside, now think that we need to go on a boat cruise. And then me, I'm thinking, no, let's keep money to buy a house. You get what I mean?
They should be on the same page.
People should be on the same page. And if you feel that we're drifting apart, we need to have that conversation. And if you feel that, okay, this was what I agreed with you before, but I have changed my mind, come with a superior knowledge, you understand, facts and figures, to be able to convince the person. Don't just come because you are the man and do, or because you are the woman, this is what I want to do now with my life. That's how you start having friction in your marriage. You need to talk about that, our lifestyle, all of those. And I think lastly, we should talk about children.
Okay.
Children.
Yes, that's so very important.
Yes.
How many children should we have?
Yes, that is if we have not had them.
If we had them before.
Then if we've had them too, their behaviors. And then let's even talk about people who have blended marriages.
Yes.
You understand?
I remember somebody saying that your children and my children are fighting our children.
You always say
yes. No, in a situation, especially now, in the world, there are situations where the man is already married before, or divorced man, or widower, and then you also now have a woman too who has children, and so that is the man's children with the woman's children, and then they now have their own children. So it's like my children is fighting your children, and then
your children and my children, they are beating our children.
All right, so
so we need to talk about that too. There's something that the children coming from somewhere, what they are used to.
True.
Whether, let's say, your own children,
yes, my children,
my own children, they are coming from somewhere. Somebody has been teaching them in a way. You understand something. You understand.
And don't same thing with the other side.
And same thing with the other side. Don't just say because they come here now. Now this is my house. I'm now the woman of the house. This is what must go. No, you're going to destroy them. They're going to hate you. They will not like you.
There will be frictions.
There will be frictions all the time. So don't do that. You have to put where they are coming into consideration. You understand? Where these ones two are coming, put them into consideration. I'm talking even about discipline. Maybe they're not used to discipline the way this new person is disciplining them. Those are the things to talk about. That, babe, see, I know that this is your own style. But you see these children, they're very emotional, they're very sensitive. So let's introduce it to them gradually. You understand? And then these children, you need to explain to them why you want to discipline them. Not that you just come and shout at them. It can make them moody. It can make them think our new daddy hates us, or our new mommy hates us. You get what I mean? So those are the things to talk about. And what do they call me? What do they call you? And then there should be no disparity between the previous children from different marriages or relationships, and the children that both of you have together. Everybody should be treated as one. Same measurement, same, you understand? After a while, of course, you blend everybody to follow the values, you understand, of that marriage, tenets of that marriage, and then everybody needs to be treated as one. Don't say because, you know, this is my own child, I will now treat my own stepchild in a more tougher way.
Yeah.
That's a sin. Don't ever do that. You get. And if you feel something like that is going on, tell your spouse. You know, with tact. I said tact. Don't jump into the defense of the children.
Yes, don't jump into the defense of the children because they are children.
Yes, they are children. You know, when your spouse is trying to discipline them or something, don't in their presence, in front of the children now condemn. No, don't do that. Ah, babe, that's too much. Don't do that. They are going to hate your spouse. They are not going to respect him. So don't ever do that. No matter what he's doing, no matter how it seems, if just hold yourself. Hold yourself. I know what I'm telling you. Hold yourself. And then when they are not there, when both of you are together, then you can now say, babe, I think that is too harsh, or that is too much, you know, because of this. And then the other party too should listen. Don't say, I should not discipline your children. Don't do that. Don't do that. You know, all these things, sometimes how you say it and, you know, where you say it, where it sometimes matters too.
I'm telling you that
politics.
These are the hard things that people should talk about. And finally, I was just thinking, while you were talking, I was just thinking about, you know, sometimes we just talked about children. What about family? In a space like Lagos, and in a space like people from the East, where, you know, most times when a man marries, they'll say the man must collect one person from the other person's family to take care of. What do you want to say about that?
You know, we said earlier that no relationship should be higher than your relationship. None. So even if that is what they do in that family, is your spouse okay with it? If your spouse is not okay with it, then that thing cannot happen. Don't say because this is your culture in your family. There's nothing like that. That culture is dead. As long as when me and you get married, we create a new culture. You know, but we'll now also see, can we adopt from your old culture? Can we adopt from your own culture? Can we put it together?
And then now reach
you
a
understand?
compromise.
And reach a compromise, and, you know, or see. But where we are coming from is dysfunctional. Let's just start our own functional family.
Yes, functional family.
You know, those things are very important.
And when you talk about, you know, where you can start a functional family, what do you think people should do?
First of all, is by going through therapy.
Okay.
Therapy will help you unlearn. Because a lot of people are, you know, we've said it so many times, a lot of people are traumatized and they have no idea. So when you heal from your previous trauma, you see how things will begin to take new shape.
Yeah, we're going to talk about that in another episode. But right now, we're just talking about hard conversations. All right, and of course, I think we've actually covered a whole lot.
Yes.
Talk about children, talk about family, talk about money, talk about sex, talk about, you know, work, balance, values. We've talked a whole lot. So if you're just joining us, maybe you can just rewind and watch all over again. Now, it has been, you know, hard conversations that, you know, people in relationship and especially couples should actually talk about. And of course, I've had in the house my wonderful guest, a therapist, and of course, a life coach in the house.
A family life coach.
Okay, yeah, thank you. Family life coach at that, you know, giving us all the necessary things that we need to talk about in relationship.
Yeah.
Rigidity kills. And I remember somebody saying that, you know, the most flexible person in the house is actually the most powerful. And I actually gave an example of a rubber, how a rubber can actually stretch.
Yeah.
Now you know how powerful that rubber is. So the
Yeah.
same thing. So don't be rigid. Have this hard conversation. Be very flexible so that your partner can actually be free to want to say, okay, let's have this hard conversation. And when you guys are having this hard conversation, also be flexible to, if it's entering you, if she's saying it or he's saying it and it's hitting some knuckles, be flexible enough to say, okay, I think, I falter in this place, and of course, let's make way, all right, make amends so that you guys can have a wonderful relationship. And like she always say, that you can have a better after. All right. So I want to say thank you for watching today's edition of the program. We'll be back again with another edition. Today's episode has actually been our hard conversations that couples or people in relationship should actually talk about in whatever it is that they're doing, especially in their relationship. And of course, if you are watching out there, please do this. Do this. Can you subscribe? Can you like? Can you share? Can you also comment? What do you think about what you just watched? It is very, very important, all right? And of course, subscribe there, hit that button so that whenever we're uploading any new video, you'll be the first to actually get it. All right? Till next time when we come your way, I want to say thanks to my special guest, Lara Kudaisi Don Momo, Mrs. Don Momo.
Yes, boss.
And of course, to you out there watching, I want to say thank you for watching, okay? Next time is another edition, so make sure you tune in. All right? My name hasn't changed. My name is Teddy. It's bye now.